Brando says. Here in the backyard, we got the trampoline. I'm going to line the kids up, and we'll see who's going to win. We'll see who's going to win. We got one of the neighbor kids over here, too. So it should be a lot of fun. Let's see. Here is the competitors. All right, yo. Here we go. Line up, line up, line up, line up. All right, line up in a line, you goofball. All right, 5 seconds. Here we go. 5, 4, 3. The line's back there. 3, 2, 1. All right, who's eliminated? All right, Jack, stand up quick. Here we go. All right, Bragg, back in the line. There we go. All right. Brando says, put your hands up in the air. Brando says, put your hands down. Brando says, put your hands up in the air. Brando says, put it to the side. Brando says, put your hands up in the air. Jump up once. Oh, nobody's eliminated yet. All right. Brando says, jump 1 time. Brando says, spin around. Now spin the other way. Oh, you're out, Jax. All right, 1 down, 4 to go. Brando says, touch your nose. Brando says, touch your head. Brando says, touch your knees. Brando says, touch your feet. Go ahead and touch your eyes for me. Oh, you guys are good. Here we go. Brando says, jump up and down. Stop. Oh, I don't know. All right, we'll redo that one. Jax, make sure you're off to the side. Brando says, touch your nose. Brando says, touch your eyes. Brando says, touch your ears. Brando says, touch your head. Brando says, touch your knees. Brando says, touch your nose. Brando says, touch your ears, touch your head. Brando says, touch your head. Now touch your nose. Got 2 of them. Bray, you're out too. Xander, you're left with Quentin. Here we go. Brando says, put your hands up in the air. Brando says, touch your knees. Brando says, jump up and down. Brando says, stop. You're both eliminated. Just kidding. Brando says, touch your nose. Bray, you got to go off to the side so we can see. Get off to the side, B. Brando says, touch your head. Brando says, touch your knees. Brando says, touch your nose. Brando says, touch your eyes. Put your hands up. Brando says, put your hands up. Brando says, put your hands up. Now put your hands down. Brando says, put your hands up. Brando says, put your hands down. Brando says, put your hands up. Put your hands down. All right, touch your head. All right, go and touch your ears for me. Okay, wave at the camera. Brando says, say hi. Brando says, say bye. Do a spin real quick. Brando says, touch your ears. Brando says, touch your eyes. Brando says, touch your nose. Brando says, touch your mouth. Brando says, touch your head. Brando says, touch your chest. Brando says, touch your knees. Brando says, touch your shoulders. Touch your ears. Brando says, touch your ears. Brando says, touch your nose. Brando says, touch your knees. Brando says, touch your toes. Brando says, touch your shoulders. Touch your head. Oh, you guys are good. Here we go. Brando says, touch your knees. Brando says, touch your shoulders. Brando says, touch your nose. Brando says, touch your eyes. Touch your ears. Brando says, touch your eyes. Brando says, touch your ears. Brando says, touch your eyes. Brando says, touch your nose. Touch your ears. Oh, you guys are really good. Okay, spin around for me then. You guys are too good. All right, Brando says, jump up and down. Brando says, touch your nose. Touch your ears. Oh my gosh, you guys are tough to eliminate. How's it going, Runo? Brando says, spin around. Brando says, keep jumping. Brando says, clap hands. Brando says, now touch your nose. Oh, I got one. He's out. Quentin wins. Oh. All right, game 2. That was a good matchup, guys. I like that. I was digging that one. Here we go. All right, celebration time. Crazy, crazy kids. You know what? They didn't do too bad. They did not do too bad. Not too bad at all. All right, here we go. Round 2. Who's going to win this one? Here we go. Here we go. All right. Everybody stand up. You want to play? Stand up if you want to play. We'll go 2 more. What's up, Fazra? Here we go. All right, Brando says line up. Brando says touch your nose. Brando says touch your ears. Brando says touch your hair. Touch your knees. Does anybody want to touch your knees? All right, go ahead and clap for me then. Brando says everyone laugh hysterically. Hey, what are you guys laughing at? Brando says cry. All right. Oh my gosh. That's a little extra, I think. All right, here we go. Lock in. Brando says, touch your head. Brando says, touch your eyes. Brando says, touch your knees. Brando says, touch your feet. Brando says, touch your knees, touch your feet. Oh, you're out. Got one on the side. No, I'm talking about Jaxie. All right, Brando says, touch your head. Brando says, touch your nose. Brando says, touch your shoulders. Touch your knees for me. Brando says jump up and down. Brando says stop. All right, everybody touch your head then. Brando says touch your... Oh, Xander and Bray, you're out. I said, yep, you're going. You flinched. You flinched. You can't flinch. You're out. The final two here. Brando says touch your nose. Brando says touch your eyes. Brando says touch your head. Brando says touch your knees. Brando says touch your shoulders. Touch your feet. Brando says touch your feet. Touch your shoulders. Oh, God, and Quentin wins again. Oh, man. That was a good matchup. That was a good matchup. You guys did really good. That was a tough one. As you can see, the kids are out here having a good time, just enjoying the backyard.
I want to do Xander says.
You want to do Xander says?
Yeah.
Okay, well, no, I'm not going to. I don't want to be in it. I don't want to be in it because I'll lose. And I want to be on record for losing to a bunch of kids.
Bray and Xander. Do you football?
What?
Bray and Xander says. You have to do both what we said.
Tell them. All right, you guys work together. See?
With the mom?
Sure, why not?
Yeah.
All right, it has to be. No, I'm the director, the producer, and the editor, and the commentator, and everything. All right, hey, here we go. Let's lock in. So I will be the one to find you guys. That sounds like more fun since I got the camera. What's up, Greener? What's up, Pulop? Okay, I'm gonna go. You have to be in the backyard. You're limited on your space. You're limited on your space, but we'll make it fun. We'll make it fun. How we doing, guys? Anywhere in the backyard. Okay, I'm gonna count to 20. I'm gonna count to 20. You can hide anywhere. Garage doesn't matter. Okay. Here we go. Ready? Go. 1, 2, 3. This is the moment where you can just take a break. This is this stuff dads do here. 5, 5.5. You just kind of get away from it all. Just really sit in enjoy the sky, the sun. We're all so happy to be alive. Do a dab. Talking about like, I can't do it on the camera right now, guys. I'm playing hide and seek. All right, come on. There we go. Thought the camera wet for a second. All right, 20, here we come. Ready or not, here we go. All right, let's see if we can find some of the kids. Thanks, Jay Donald. Hope everyone's having a good Friday. We made it. Let's go check out the garage, see if we can... Sorry for the messy garage. So full of kid stuff. Would you imagine that? Who's behind there? Oh, you know what? I didn't even see you. You revealed yourself, child. Okay, one down. You can assist me if you tell me if I'm hot or cold. How about that? We'll play hot or cold. Really?
Like somewhere over there it's so hot.
Like here? Oh, okay. I was like, I didn't see anybody. All right. 1 down, 4 to go.
I only know where it's going.
Yeah. Happy Friday, everybody. Boom! Got one. Number 2. That's not a bad spot, but I would have hid back behind it.
There's a dead snake back there.
Oh, a dead snake? Did you eat it? No. Why didn't you eat it? That's protein, dude. We've been talking about this. Come on. Brady, what's up? How y'all doing today?